Yeah, here we go again. Thor Love and Thunder is going to be a dumpster fire. I think we can all see it coming. I think with some of the things that Tessa Thompson has said and Taika Waititi has said, I think a lot of it has come down to the fact that Kathleen Kennedy, Jar Jar Abrams, and Kevin Feige, who's a part of that trio, they've all come out and said that their number one priority is no longer stories, it's diversity, representation, and inclusion. So I think we know what's going to happen to white male Thor. I think you guys know what's going to happen. And I think we know what's going to happen with females and diverse female Jesus, Valkyrie. So here are my terrible predictions in no particular order. I would guess Thor is going to lose his power. I think we all might agree that's likely. And he'll become a manzel in distress, and no one will be able to save him, but Valkyrie figures out a way to give Jane Foster, a character nobody likes, a character who was forgettable. They're going to make her the Mighty Thor, because that's what her action figure says, the Mighty Thor. She's going to get Mjolnir if she doesn't get the axe too. I just know it. Do you remember Captain America's scene in Endgame? I think we're going to get like 100 of those with Jane to show that she can do things that Thor never dreamed of. Because strong whammon. Here comes one of the worst predictions. I swear to God, if this comes true, I'm going to vomit. If I was a hack screenwriter, how about this? Thor becomes, or he ends up in Mjolnir. Like, he becomes the personality for Mjolnir. And Jane will bounce off, quips back and forth, and he will seem like the idiotic male, but he will be trapped inside of a hammer. I do not put it past Taika Waititi. I don't put it past anyone that's made him into the butt of all jokes. We know it's a strong whammon movie, so Valkyrie will beat up Thor. Jane will probably beat up Thor. I'm telling you, he'll be a cuck beta soy, and he'll just get destroyed by every woman in this movie. There hasn't been a trailer, and that's important because Multiverse of Madness hasn't come out. That makes me think that maybe a good version of Hela might show up, but that's another Alex Kurtzman level of hack writing. So I think though Multiverse of Madness is why we haven't had a trailer. So I know this is going to happen. Valkyrie becomes the new Odin because diverse female Jesus, because of Kamala Harris insert. King Valkyrie, as they're calling her, is not going to stop there. Thor, there's no way a man can be more powerful in his own movie. So Valkyrie's going to become the new Odin. And if you've read the interviews, if you don't want to hear, stop this video right now. 3, 2, 1. Valkyrie, King Valkyrie, is going to be marrying a woman. So we're going to have Queen and Queen, or King and King. It's going to be some stupid statement. So the two people ruling over the 9 realms are going to be a lesbian couple. Outstanding. Outstanding. And if they wanted to take it even further, Valkyrie and Jane Foster will get married. And we can all jump off a cliff. The other horrible prediction is that a multiverse Thor will come out, and it's a diverse female Jesus, or it's at least a diverse. Wouldn't put it past them to make it Asian or Indian. This is Marvel we're talking about. I also think another horrible thing they could do is Thor goes bad and Jane has to kill him, and that's how he might end up in Mjolnir, because of course she has to beat him. My worst fear is that Thor is going to sacrifice himself, because if they think that's an honorable death, but no one wants Thor to die. Nobody wants him dead. But I think Marvel does. Thor could also turn human and turn, cuck soy beta and work in a coffee shop and have people coming up to take pictures, and he'll be like, I don't have my powers anymore. Oh, and they'll leave without taking pictures. He could end up a human for good. If, Kurtzman was here, Heimdall would return and he'd become Thor. So the Asgardians will now be, my prediction will be every race ever. Complete diversity. Few white people here and there. That's not being racist or playing the victim. I'm just telling you, and I think you can all agree how the Marvel Cinematic Universe is being run. It'll be run completely by a council of stunning and brave, flawless women. And then another bad one. Asgard will be restored by Valkyrie with the woman's touch. And she'll say that too. Yeah, I did it with a woman's touch. And then this one will piss a lot of people off. I can sense it. Female Loki, Sylvie. She will join the Thor timeline officially and replace Tom Hiddleston. I think that's going to happen. I think it's going to happen. It's going to be bad. Guardians of the Galaxy are in the movie. They're going to be in it. As Screen Rant says, they are used perfectly. And it is so crucial that they are only used in a small part because of the future of the MCU. Well, let me tell you a story, Screen Rant. The MCU doesn't have a future. It's dying. There is no Endgame movie. There's no Infinity War. No one cared about things that came before it, so I don't know what you're doing. The Marvels is going to flop. And Multiverse of Madness is already a bait and switch. So, there you go. I think the Guardians of the Galaxy will be taken over by Nebula or Gamora. Most likely Gamora. Chris Pratt will become the, cuck soy beta comedy role, where she'll be constantly putting him in his place. He'll get kicked in the balls all the time. Chris Pratt and Chris Hemsworth will probably be pushed to the back. They'll end up at the final scene. Gamora will be leading them, and Chris Pratt and Chris Hemsworth will be punching each other, going, now, quit it, quit it, quit it. Will you guys knock it down back there? It's like dealing with my kids. So, that's just some of my terrible predictions. So here's my predictions on box office. I think this movie will make just under $500 million. I think diehard fans will go back and see this again, because there isn't a lot of Marvel content out there, because the Disney Plus stuff is garbage. Look at the past movies. Nobody's going back and watching Black Widow or Eternals and we got Miss Marvel coming up that looks terrible. Moon Knight is likely a bait and switch. Loki was a bait and switch. WandaVision went completely off the rails. And of course, Black Falcon, Black America, and the Winter Soldier was garbage as well. So I think word of mouth will get out before this movie can go over 500 million. If it makes 500 million, like I said, it will be because international, or it'll be because diehard fans they want to go see Chris Hemsworth. But there it is. My terrible predictions. I hope to God none of them become true, but I think a lot of them will. Thank you guys for listening, and RIP MCU. Please like, subscribe, and share.